Hello, I'm Rhonda Westerberg. I'm a seafood producer at Albany Seafoods, Western Australia. I married a fisherman 33 years ago. Tony's been fishing all his life. I was nursing at that time. After 2 children, we bought a fishing business, and here we are 16 years later. I usually say that I'm a fishwife because sometimes I feel like I'm married to fish.
Well, there's a whole line there. There might be fish down there.
We run this business as a partnership. He does the fishing, he catches the fish. I'm in the factory. I do pick 1 or 2 days of every year that I do go out. They're my boats. I feel ownership there. The sardines, which is primarily what we catch, they've just come right into vogue. Everybody wants sardines. You know, they're in all the tapas bars. Hi, Bryn.
How you going?
My son, Bryn, has been the force of moving us into the food side. I think because he's young and he is out there in the marketplace more than we are. You know, at our age, we tend to do the same thing. We go to the same shops. Certificate this morning?
Get a food safety plan going?
Well, or even do a food safety course. It is important to move forward in your business because primarily we started doing bait and now we've started selling food. I think you need to keep reinventing yourself in your industry, and food is a good way to value add. I like being out in the shed. You feel like you've achieved at the end of the day. There is a pride of putting food on people's plates. I'm not really a very public person. I don't like to blow my bags or anything like that. If I get asked, I'll certainly tell my story, but I don't want to brag about it.
That's the one we like.
I like the blue.
We've been talking with our marketer and they are all for having a story, your story, where the fish are caught, who's catching them. That all has to be on the packaging. And is owned and run by a 4th generational fishing family, the Westerbergs. What I bring to the business is a calming force because Tony and Bryn, I think they're very alike and they both very headstrong. 30 packets or something. There's a bit of negotiating involved, I think, and settling down of male egos.
The wrong blue. I like that blue.
Yeah.
But I don't.
There's not a lot of women involved in the fishing business. It's a man's world, I think.
Oh, that'd be too dark. Yeah.
No one wants to speak to a woman. They want to speak to the man. Can I please speak to the owner? Oh, well, I'm half an owner. Well, I do. Oh, is your husband there? So it's a definite boys' club, the fishing industry, and it's hard to squeeze yourself in there. I think it'll get better as maybe more women come on in, but it's a very slow process. I could not live anywhere away from the ocean. I never have. When I wander along the beach, I collect shells, and when there's been a bit of a storm, I can usually pick up a leafy sea dragon. And the shells, I just put them on a bit of canvas and with a bit of paint and just play around a bit, really. When we go down to that little beach house, it's just heaven. I love it. I could just live my days out down there. And it's actually, I find, the one place that Tony relaxes as well. He can turn himself off, he'll sit and read the TAB form, put a couple of bets on. $2,000, gee whiz, 3 nights accommodation. I do the travel pages because the end game for me is I am packing all these fish so that I can go on a nice holiday at some point. What keeps me going is the fact that we're working as a team, and it's a family team. I mean, it's been hard now and again, but, I think life is hard now and again. You just have to keep going forward.